What is up, guys? All right, we're gonna jump right into training. We got Troy, Austin, Juliet. What up, guys? And we got Joey about ready to introduce us a new offer. Is this what we got, Joey?
This is a new offer that we can all take advantage of, and you can. I had it write it a couple different ways, but basically what we're doing is we're capturing every year with the song. So imagine, Jeff, you've been with your wife for so many years. You guys get married, and let's say, or a couple gets married, or they've been married. It's better if we start off fresh, but you can always go back. But say you start the day they got married, and say, okay, we're going to do this service where every month we got to do this. We got to document something together about a story of this month. And so every track on the song represents January, February, March, April, May, June, July, December, whatever. You don't have to be necessarily the months. It can be, you can do it broader, but you could get it down to the month. So they can look back in 2030 on 2025 and remember what they were doing in February and something like, like a trip they went on or something like that. But anyway, I just came up with it in the group today, and 2 people took me up on the offer. They were like, yeah, what do I need to do next? So now I've got to build this out and come up with, the next steps of how to get the information, so that's where I'm at. But what do you guys think about that?
I love the idea. I think we. Go ahead.
You don't want to know what I have to say.
Oh, I was just saying, I love the idea. I think we kind of talked about that in Audible Diary 2-3 weeks ago. I forget exactly when it was. So I think it would be along those lines. And if you're saying every month and then every year, and basically, yeah, I think there's a great way we could come up with a kind of a diary of sorts, and then that diary would just use AI, and then transfer those notes into a song every so often, determined by whether they choose weekly, monthly, or whatever.
There you go. So you have an option to choose monthly, weekly, yearly, however they want to fill it out. Another good. Say what, Juliet?
How are you going to price this? Like an
I don't know yet.
Fee, a monthly fee?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, so that's what I was literally thinking too. That's literally I was like payment options. It'd be cool to have like a one-time fee, like, hey man, here's my $2,000. Like, let me get this from you. Or hey, like, can I buy it throughout the month and then I get delivered and then
just know what I mean? Like, record a voice message and make a song from it.
So one thing
that's another option for sure.
Joey, one thing I think this would really be cool with is you could make it to where 'cause I've seen multiple TikToks, multiple people doing this. My parents never did it, but what you could do is make it to where it's like a diary of a child until they're 18, and then literally you could sell to people that are just having kids. That's your market, just having kids, and give them a song every year on their birthday, and then once when they turn 18, boom, and guarantee, or the point is, it's gonna be something that's gonna be building up to where they can have it on their 18th birthday. Be like, look, I didn't buy you a fancy car. I didn't buy you any type of house, but I did get this for you. I documented every year of your life through music. In every song is a year, and basically sell it that way and be like, okay, you have a newborn. Let's document it.
You could set up like an email sequence or something that already has maybe for every month. It just kind of goes out as like a reminder to tell them to send you any milestones or anything
exactly
special that happened this month.
Or the cool thing about it too is, it's just, I mean, I don't have kids, but I think it would be really cool for someone to have that be like, okay, I have this. When my child turns 18, I can give this to them. And not only that, it's making royalties until they're 18, and until you like pass it on to them, be like, look, we made this for you, and maybe one of the songs go viral. You never know. But it being that to having it to where you can give it to something for your kid to be like, this is something that we built for you, I created for you, I documented you from crawling to walking, from rolling over to crawling, and you hitting puberty, like that. Like that's something that could be very transformative for people.
Yeah,
I agree.
and I also think that the document and the whole life journey is great. The only thing I worry about is, am I going to be around in 18 years when, like the year by year thing. But you could say, as a graduation gift, we went back and we brainstormed looked at all your pictures and made a compilation of all these different things that we thought about and memories that we had, and we took all these memories and we compiled them into this one gift that we're giving you, like a graduation gift. That would be cool too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you could also do is you could build it out to be like, basically you build it out to where, okay, it's a graduation gift. You give your customer or your ideal customer, or be like, all right, you want this for your kid for its 18th or for its graduation party. Here's your SOP for the next 6 months. Get me all of this information. And then because it's going to take a while for you to build out something that's powerful, meaningful, and emotional, because that's one thing that teenagers are, is emotional. And
It's even hard, like with the funerals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, how hard is that? You've got like probably a week or two usually to like gather all the photos, put everything together, and you're like grieving. It's like
that's kind of why I say like 6 months. Give them a 6 months like leeway, or they have to give you 6 months. Be like, look, this is my idea. This is when the graduation is, and I mean, however long you really need to be able to grab all that information and put it into a song. But I mean, that, like, those type of things are very, very heartwarming for kids nowadays. Like, yeah, kids are wanting all these bling bling things, like the cars and whatnot. But honestly, when my mother gave to me a journal of what she wrote down every year, like she wrote down all my accomplishments for every year until I turned 18. I thought that was awesome.
yeah.
And you can turn that into a song. Okay, go.
Right. No, that's great, Austin. But ultimately, what I want to come up with is something that I can go around and give to these wedding venues and just be like, here, you guys just put these brochures up. And when someone comes to book a wedding, you give them one. And I don't have to sell it to nobody. You guys sell it, and I'll give you a kickback if they buy the product. So it's like, you don't have to, you just kind of just create something and then have the event coordinator sell it, have the venue planner, the wedding event coordinator. Oh yeah, this is also something new that no one else is doing, like going into 2025, like, so I don't know. That's what I got for you, Jeff, on the music stuff. One other announcement, everybody. The Global Vision Conference in Florida, they loved the song. They took it to, he listened to the song. He called me within a minute of listening to it and was like, Joey, I love it. I just wanted you to get the now reaction of my now reaction of listening into it. So then he was like, all right, I'm going to hang up and go listen to the rest of it. So then he calls me back. He's like, I love it. It's a hit. Then he calls me the next morning at 8 a.m. with his attorney, and his attorney was like, you got a hit. And so now they want to add one verse to it. And it's like, they think it's like the We Are the World Michael Jackson vibe that's going to be the theme for the Global Vision Conference. Yeah, you guys probably want to hear the song.
Yes, we want to hear the song.
Well, it's going to be on a video commercial that they've not released any of this video footage before. of like kids in Africa eating popcorn and watching movies for the first time, and it's pretty moving.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah. You know what? I want to mention something. Back in the day, I think when I first started at one of the insurance brokers in California, and they primarily work with schools, right? We launched this program, I think the following year, like after I started working there, and it was the Everyday Kindness Program. And it was a free program that we built on like the Salesforce platform or something like that. And the idea was we gave it to the schools and they would track acts of kindness like in their classrooms, and sometimes they would compete, and whoever had the most acts got like an ice cream party or whatever. They kind of made up their own thing. But it was like giving back, like something like this, right? And I still to this day have some people that like, oh, I remember when you did that kindness program. That was so awesome. You know, it was just like one of those feel good, like giving back, like no strings attached type of thing. God, it reminds me of that, you know, and we can use the music to do that. Like I've been looking into different nonprofits around here to get involved with and things like that. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I start going around and talking to schools, I'm going to have these kids in a song making contest. You know, like I'm going to have a, you know, submit your song to the AI music team for the AI music panelists, Troy, Jeff, Juliet, Austin. We're going to all judge your songs and pick the winners.
Yeah.
We can make certificates. Do you have a certificate maker, Jeff, in your AI software yet?
You guys are awesome. All right, so check out this. All right, so here we're going to dive into what we're going to talk about today. All right, and that's actually crazy. So one is just what Joey said is he wants to have like a competition, right? Where we're actually like having a competition. We're doing this. So here's what I've been doing is I literally wanted to make it where we're going to have an AI hackathon. And we are going to do exactly what Joey just said, is where we're going to showcase all the projects and vote on these things.
Nice.
And vote on the whole entire project of like which ones we did, all of the projects, the current rankings. This was just me like testing out like last night, like, hey, create me a little hackathon like vote page, you know, and like make it 10x cooler and all this stuff. And so, and then make a sign up page. So we're actually going to have a little sign up, right? And like, so here's my thought is I want to have a hackathon where it's fully coded with AI. And I want to start having this, maybe it's like monthly hackathons. And basically we have like a topic that month. Sometimes we'll have sponsors. So we'll have other companies sponsor like the thing. So now we have like there's prizes.
We could give out a prize. That'd be fabulous.
Totally. And so I was thinking about being the first one to sponsor. And then I have somebody that they want to participate, but I was kind of thinking about maybe just being the first one to sponsor it. I'll put up my own, like,
work out the kinks.
Yeah, work out the kinks. I'll make it where like essentially, so here's what we could do. What you just said a few minutes ago, inside here, there's certificates, right? So we have the ability to give certificates. And after you complete something, you're going to get that certificate. So my thought is, one is we're going to have like a basic completion of like, I need coders that I could refer people to build software. But it's not just any coder. I need it to be able to like start to finish, set up these little softwares that like, okay, like I could trust this person. If I send them a customer, they're going to be able to set up a software start to finish. And this is how they do it. Well, I need to be able to find those people, but I think the way I'm going to find them is like in a competition. And so I started watching this YouTube video, and it's literally like it's called 4 developers with one project, right? So literally like all 4 of them battle, and they create like a task management program. And then they all like, basically it's whoever created the best to-do list basically. However, these guys are traditional coding. Like they're actually like sitting there hacking it up in coding. Well, like, so last night, if you guys didn't know, basically one of the quote unquote limitations with the AI was something basically like you could only get 400 lines of code, right? Like that was basically like 400 lines of code, and then it would almost like cut off. Well, last night they doubled the output for that. So essentially now we could code up to like 900 lines of code inside MyAiTeam, which there's like nothing that I can't think of just yet that can't be condensed into 900 lines of code that you can't like use another page for. You know what I mean? Like everything that you could imagine building in a software can be built in 900 lines of code. And so that I've came across so far. And so this has become like incredibly powerful. I built this for I use this for sales pages now. I use this for dang near everything. Like I'm constantly in this. I actually just had some guy today message me in my little messages that said, hey, I want to buy the website scraping script from you. Right. Well, like I literally just copy that script and I send him the script. Like, but I use that script for my own self. Like literally, like I have this little scrape and rewrite, you know, like, and I use this scrape and rewrite code for myself all day long. Like right now I'm making a scrape and rewrite, and then it rewrites an SEO tool, you know? And so like a lot of these little like tools you build, we're going to build off of. And so my idea is to start doing hackathons, monthly hackathons.
So do they have to build it with your software, or do they have to can they use any AI software? Because I even literally saw a commercial, I think it was like Microsoft last night. It was like code with AI using Microsoft's tool.
100%. Yep. Has to be used in our software. Basically like what we're going to do, you see how it says history? This is the proof that it was built in our software. Okay. So we're going to go through that history, and we're going to go through their history of how they created that software. Basically what I'm going to do is everybody that's a developer that goes through the hackathon is like, you see how right here, this is literally this is how I coded the whole software. I said, create me a sign up page for the AI hackathon. These are the requirements. And then this is what it required, right? This is the little sign up page. Well, over time, I might say, make this 10x more valuable. Oh, look, you guys, look at this. Make this 10 times more valuable. No more Smith spelling for me.
Oh yeah, I gave you a shout out about that on the show I was on last night.
Yeah.
Voice is the way. We are super lazy now.
Oh, man. Did you know that? Did you add the Chrome extension to Google that you can talk to ChatGPT?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, I went to this AI summit thing last week, and that was one of the things they taught us.
So
yes,
I want to kind of give you guys a little tidbit because of the fact that I just discovered something being a developer for who knows how long, and how much I dislike WordPress. If you guys really wanted to build out your own software and have it to where you can sell it, track your own like users and whatnot, what you could do is copy this code, get a WordPress hosted website, which I think you can do from Jeff's site, but from Aspire Builder. But what you could do is get a WordPress hosted site, copy this code into there, and there's plugins inside of WordPress that you can make it to where you can connect it all together and track the users and all that types of fun stuff. And it's honestly something to where you're kind of jumping through the bridge, not over the bridge, because we don't want to do that. We're gonna jump through the bridge. And but just a little tidbit for you guys, if you guys ever wanted to go full force with that.
Yeah, Austin, I love that. So if you guys didn't know, there's something called cPanel. All right. basically cPanel gives you that ability to essentially do what Austin's talking about, where you could install your actual, like, you could install your code and you could install WordPress. So WordPress is like what most of the internet's built on, right? Like, it's like the backbone of most websites, you know? And so, and it could be used as a full database. So you're right, Austin. They have an API too. I was actually thinking one of my softwares that I was going to do is one of the softwares, like this website scraper. I was going to connect the page rewrite, because this thing will scrape a page, crawl a website, scrape a page, and then rewrite each one of the pages with your content. Well, then my next thing I wanted to post it to a website. Well, the best website to probably post it to is a WordPress website. So you could literally just post it. Well, you could connect an API right through here through WordPress. So yeah, I really love that. Like, WordPress could be used as a full database, just like you're saying.
Yeah. And that's, it's also good. WordPress is also good for people that, like me, get confused with databases. I work with databases. I've been working with databases for years, and I still get confused. They are clunky, weird, and funky. And so I mean, with WordPress, it's seamless with WordPress. So I'm kind of working on a little tutorial for you guys on how to go through with that. That way you're like, okay, Austin, you're saying you can do it, but how do you do it? So so I can walk you guys through. I'll walk you guys through that probably within a couple weeks, and just show you guys the full process.
Nice. Yeah, very cool. And here's the thing is, I'm going to have some criterias of like bonus criteria, in a sense. Essentially, like, I want to make it where, like, these are like the little bonus criteria I made, like, basically, like, whoever's the closest to a fully ready and profitable software for the market. So basically what that means is, like, there's going to be like qualifications of like, these are the points of how you win. Because I remember when I did a hackathon, I was actually kind of bummed, because I felt like, I know everyone feels like they should win, right? Maybe that's just my competitive side, right? But I also felt like one, there should be rules. Like, you have to, like, everyone should be on an equal playing field, right? Like, everyone should have the same tools and everyone should have the same time limit. The next thing is everyone from there should have the same judging criteria, but it should also be something that it's not going to be just like, hey, this is useful for today. I want this to be useful forever. So I want it to be where it's like, whoever's the closest to a ready and fully promotable software. So can it get sales? Can you promote it? Can you monetize it? Right? Like, it's like bonus for monetization. Okay. Like, there's going to be ranks off of monetization also. There's also going to be ranks for like creativity, right? Like, how creative is it? Like, does it solve a problem? Right? Like, does it solve a problem? And what problem does it solve? And then we're going to have a judging platform so we all could judge also. And then basically it's going to be judged off of those things. So how well did it solve this? How, like, everything like that. And my thought is, what I want to do is I want to do essentially like almost like an interview series with this, right? So I want to literally, like, as we create these, interview you guys and all the contestants of like, hey, tell me why you created this, right? Like, essentially we'll pick a topic, and I was kind of thinking about maybe we'll vote on what the first week topic is going to be. But I was thinking maybe the first week topic could be like music, right? And like, we all create a music software, you know, and like, that's the goal, you know, and everyone creates a music software, and we have to, like, that's the topic that month, you know, and what happens, you know, and so that could be the topic, you know, or we all vote on the topic, and then it's like, okay, like, these are the software we created. And then what we'll do is we'll interview everybody. Hey, like, why'd you create this? What was the reasoning? Tell me about the journey. Tell me about, let's see your history, right? Tell me about the prompts. Why'd you use these prompts? Why'd you want to create that, right? And that becomes like a story. At the end of it, we'll reveal all the software in the video, and then here's our results, you know, and then everyone could vote on the platform. And my thought is this a competition? So like, one is we'll invite a whole bunch of people. We'll have like the affiliate platform set in. So if like somebody signs up, the thank you page will have like a little video from me saying, hey, thank you for joining for the hackathon. Here's the rules, right? If you want to participate, everything has to be coded in AI inside MyAiTeam. Your history has to show that it was coded in there. And then by the end of it, here's the launch, right? I might add like a discount code so they get access to it for cheaper, so they could have like the first month for, you know, 33% off or something. Who knows? You know.
Can I suggest something, Jeff?
Where are you gonna find the people to get interested in this program, in this contest?
Yeah, I mean, basically my social media is going to be the first start, and then, I mean, if we could get like 5 to 10 people, that's 5 people building software, you know, like that's going to be coming in out of it, you know? So, I mean, like,
so I have a couple ideas because, well, as we all know, I'm the youngest kid here. And I only graduated high school 4 years ago. So, I kind of have some knowledge of what the high schools are teaching, at least in Michigan. What you could think about doing now, crossing this bridge is bumpy. You're going to have to go through hoops. But if you really want to teach people the power of AI, teach all this wonderful, fantastic stuff, what you could do is be like, you could hold hackathons to where it's kid oriented, and to be like, okay, this, and you could even come out with like a little course and teaching people how to talk to AI, teaching people how to do all that wonderful stuff, and build a software with MyAiTeam. And maybe you go to one of your kids' schools and be like, or teach one of your kids how to build a software with MyAiTeam. Have them go to their school and be like, look, I built this, and go that route. Because whether we like it or not, there's people out there, there's kids in high school right now that want to learn how to code. There's kids in high school that want to build their own app, their own software, their own website, and they just don't know how to code. If you go to these schools and bring it to their attention, or even do something where it's like, you're brought in as a guest for a day for one of your kids' classes. Let's say they have an elective. I don't know, but you go into one of your kids' elective classes and be like, and just teach a class, and that way, not only are you getting them interested, you probably will get their teacher interested too. And their teacher will talk to their teachers. And it's kind of like you're getting the whole school's attention just one classroom.
yeah. Okay, guys, be honest. Is the hackathon a terrible idea?
No.
You might want to do like a
No,
Roblox or something for schools, like if you're doing things. But like kind of what Austin was saying. So my dad does this high school scholarship program through the Moose Lodge, where he has to reach out to schools and give them all the information and then they send it out to their students to see who wants to participate. So what you could do is you can create like an intro video, like describing what it is and the contest, and have all the like pertinent information to sign up. And then the ones that want to sign up maybe have like an intro on how to use your software type of class. And you can send that out to like all these schools and see if anybody get any bites.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to kind of say that because I did it was more of like a business idea hackathon type thing where I came up with a business idea. Unfortunately, it didn't go through to the next round. but there was a thing in my economics class to where they allowed people to come up with a business ideas, and it was basically like a whole pitch contest where you're pitching to investors, and whoever won through that investor contest got like $5,000 towards their idea. Now I'm not. I was just kind of saying just for the younger generation because they're gonna want this type of information.
Okay, so I think I have maybe I'm missing something. So maybe the hackathon is the fun part, but that's like the end part. So, but maybe there needs to be like almost like a training beforehand.
Exactly. Yes.
So, and then the hackathon is the end event. Like, hey, like there's a 3-day or a 4-day training, and then on the 5th day there's a bonus hackathon. If you want to participate, you can, but because you already learned how to use the software beforehand.
Yeah, because there's gonna I feel like if you went and did it to where you just jump straight into the hackathon, there's gonna be people on that hackathon that don't know what the heck MyAiTeam is.
Yeah.
So if you do it that way you'll get people's be like, oh, I can also generate images inside of MyAiTeam.
Yeah, and if you do like a free like intro course to your, you can use that as a lead magnet forever too. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Besides just the hackathon, you can just use it for.
Jeff, what I was trying to say was, it's like how can you hack a funnel if you don't know how to build one?
Yeah.
I also have a tool, Jeff, that I mean, I know you kind of just you kind of just build the software, but there's some people like me that like to do planning around their software. I have a tool that's a scope sheet generator that you could utilize, and it actually was using 3.5, so it's probably a crap ton better now with 4.0. But you could use that, and I could send you the code. That way, you could also incorporate that into the hackathon.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so like an intro, like a 4-day intro to how to use MyAiTeam.
Well, I was just saying we could do a test one with all of us that already know how to use it. You give us a problem, and we all have to come up with an app that provides a solution to that problem or something. And so that kind of leaves it pretty open. Like the problem for like you said, music. What's a problem people have making music, and then you come up with some kind of solution to the problem.
Okay.
Like
you guys want to just do
we can have one like an internal one with us just to see how it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys just want to have an internal one and then see on Thursday?
You could just send it out to all your users. Just to...
yeah. All right, so let's.
But internal's not a bad idea, and you can do it like in stages. What I think would be concern of mine is that there's going to be beginner, intermediate, advanced, and so the whole having some sort of a training that introduces people to MyAiTeam. Sorry, I just hiked up the wall or up the hill. Is great, but because if you get somebody advanced that understands things more, even if they're new to MyAiTeam, they can totally make somebody look or feel dumb because they can totally outcode or they just process and are more familiar with things. So maybe you have different levels of hackathons: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and maybe that's determined on well, you'd have to think. I was thinking about how much experience they have. You could ask them these things, but maybe it just starts with almost like passing first, second, and third grade, right? You're and it would be the funnel, so to speak, that you would take somebody through in learning MyAiTeam and coding. So it's a very basic tool, maybe one of the snippets to begin with, hey, look, we're going to do this one. And then once somebody qualifies or maybe is in the top 10, then they go to the second level. And so you can kind of gamify it that way. And then they're in the second level hackathon, which is more intermediate. So that's kind of, I'm stirring in those thoughts right now. I don't know what you think.
Okay, I love that. So you guys all agree that I should have some type of intro to MyAiTeam.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now, like, start to finish, what do you feel like would you want to learn from that? Like, ultimately, like do I just show you where all the buttons are, and then that's my
to talk about all of the capabilities of it for one. That's needs to be in there because
capabilities. How not only the capabilities, but the power of, well, one, creating a company inside of MyAiTeam. There's a lot of power just right there. And then
that could be another one, Jeff. Another hackathon you can create, like Austin just said, create a business or a company or something you could sell, like an entrepreneur one.
But there's things you could do inside of inside of the, what do you want to call it? Inside of the class that you could be like, you could say how to talk to AI, how to get to get better inputs or to get better outputs. Because me and you, we've went over multiple times. I could go looking at in my phone right now, be like, okay, how many times did I say? How many times did you improve the prompt? Because we're always talking about the prompt. The prompt is the magic. Now, if we could somehow be able to correlate that to people that don't know anything about AI versus that people are experts at AI. Another thing I was thinking about was Callan has a class on prompting. What you could do is in an intro to build or intro into the hackathon, have him teach that class, and then you go on your bit. That way, people already know when they're coming into your class, they know how to talk to AI, and that way they can just go on and build on software, and you're just that way you can also show people how to use MyAiTeam and all the different types of
important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge.
Oh, dang. You download a virus, Juliet? Whoopsie. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. All right, so I wrote down all the AI capabilities like of MyAiTeam. The power of creating a profile, company profile, how to talk to the AI to get better outputs, how to make AI images, how to make custom commands, and how to code with AI. Like,
yeah.
Now, would I break that up over 4 days, or would that what do you feel that would be the best process? Or would it be hey, here's 5-minute videos, join the group, pick which one you want? Or both? I don't know. Probably or maybe it's like a 4-day event of they walk through and here by the end of it, this is what we're going to create. I don't know.
Well, you've talked about certifications before, and I mean, if I think about things in a thinkific sort of way, I mean, I'm fairly familiar with that, and I just kind of think of those processes. And so, if you put these little trainings, and then they reach a certain level, they get a certificate and they qualify for a certain level of the hackathon. And often, when you're thinking, I think this is hard for anybody in your big Russell Brunson, but anybody is remembering where the steps they came from. It's kind of like your grandma or somebody tries to ask you about how to use a smartphone or even a flip phone, And and I know it's common to say at a fourth grade level. So just go back to what would you start with to teach a fourth grader MyAiTeam, and just do your little, I forget, is it Loom? So do your little 30-second, 2-minute Loom videos that just say snip, snip. And actually, you know what? I don't know the name of it right now. I'm still out of the country, but my next time I'm on the call, I'll be back in the States, in Colorado, or on my way actually. So, but what was I saying? Get the little Loom videos, but there is a an AI that will, as you move your mouse on your screen and click certain buttons, it automatically records those steps that you do. So you don't actually have to do a lot of the explaining. It does it for you. Some crazy stuff. I'll figure out which one that is, and then you could probably record a lot of it just by playing with using your tool as you normally do.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be helpful.
At least that would give you the ideas of what to talk about, because I know that there's ways to implement systems. I know that we had somebody talk about my mom's office, where everybody would use a sticky note to write down everything that they do throughout the day, and then put that into an SOP, or make sure that other people aren't doing the same jobs that you're doing, and the right person does it. So, but yeah, fourth grade level and some Loom videos, and I'll look up that AI software that just or site that just records everything for you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I love that. All right. So I think that's a great idea. I actually think if I was to restart, here's what's really crazy. I don't think I would start with software. I feel like if I was to restart and start at software, that's like starting off on if I was 10 and I learned how to ride a motorcycle for the first time instead of a bike. You know what I mean? Like, a bicycle is much more appropriate. Yeah, sure, you could get by. I bet you there's kids that learned on a dirt bike the very first time versus a bike. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality. But that's the software level. There's also the website level, right? Like, so I feel, as crazy as it sounds, building software is probably the most advanced thing that I do right now in my world. Like, software, you have to figure out what a database is. You have to connect to these things. But if I could show people how to build a website in this, and then essentially, like, the software part, it's just using the AI coding part to do it. However, but building a website through the whole thing, MyAiTeam, like, essentially you set up a company profile, which is all your sales copy and all your information. You set up your images, which is all the stuff that you need for social media and for promoting. And lately, so one of the things that I've been doing is, so I just added into the group now, the little how to sell websites. Okay, so you guys have access to this now. All right, so inside the course area, inside the music coaching group, you guys have, if you guys go to the lessons and the courses, the learning, you guys have the how to sell websites right here. Okay, and the how to sell website class is the class where I interview my wife, right? So this is that whole little interview class of me interviewing her. However, this is still what I'm, like, quote unquote doing as my day job right now. So what's really interesting, if you guys look at this website right here, so you guys see right here, this is one of our clients. No joke, I have this client fill out a form. It's almost like 20 questions. I have them fill out a form, and then I take that form and I input it in the AI, and I say, make me a homepage for this. Make me an about page. Make me a service page. Make me a contact page. Write me my first 3 blogs. And this is this is a $5,000, $6,000 client. That all I'm doing is taking it and then putting her information into the AI, and then after she fills out this form. So if you guys go through that training, this class of like how to sell websites, I wouldn't actually start, like my AI team was never built to teach people how to code. That was never the objective. The thing was, I built my AI team for people that build websites, because websites is what I use this for on a regular basis. Even right now, I'm still using this to build websites. That's primary who I serve when I'm using my AI team. Like, I use this because my quote unquote day job is a agency, right? I work at my wife's agency at LC Design, and she helps doctors and nurses with websites. Well, like, in this same thing is whoever you guys are serving, most of the time I'm selling websites because websites already have a high, people already believe websites are going to cost $6,000 plus. So it already has a high ticket price. Well, for me, when I just literally type it in, right, a few seconds ago, right, like right here, live track melody, right, Joey posted his little, like, what he does for work, where I literally typed that in and said, create me a website for this, right? Introducing our new service. Ever wish you could relive your life through music? Let's create a personal music for every year. Well, this is a whole little website right now. And it just took me a few seconds. And now I have this whole little website, and I could embed this into my Aspire Builder or any of my other website platforms. And so for me, what's that?
No, I was just wondering if people knew what website as a service was.
Yeah, so selling websites as a service. And so here's my thing. My website as a service business, I have 3 things. We sell a website as a service, so we take 3 one-on-one clients. We have our second price, which is selling templates. And that's basically they instantly buy a template that's for their business. And then third, I sell monthly Aspire Builder accounts, right? So I get commission every time somebody pays their Aspire Builder plan, right? So there's 3 different products that I'm selling in that. That's a whole little business right there. Well, those clients also need conveniently other little softwares lately, you know, and so they need this little, hey, I need this to do this. I need it to do this. Can we do this? Yeah, sure. I could make it do that. I could code that up inside this AI. I can make your website page look really cool, just like your wizard. And so, but
so I was just, so what I was saying about like website as a service was basically to say, so like a good way to look at it as is like a directory. A directory is a website as a service. And there's a bunch of different tools out there that aren't necessarily considered softwares. They're considered websites, and they provide value to you, so they call it as a service. So like there's like ChatGPT is considered a website, or no, ChatGPT is considered is a software. A websim.ai is considered a WAS, a website as a service, because what does it do? It generates you the anything that you type into there. And so what there's one thing that you guys could think about is there, instead of having to go in, set up a database, set up all that type of stuff, one, there's a way you can set it up to where everything is local and it saves on people's machines. I could teach you how to do that. That's not hard to do. But what you could do is you could set it up to where everything is like they don't need an account. And what you could do is literally just set it up and put the code on there as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and just run with it. All you don't need, like Jeff's making websites right now, and he just made that cool little thing for the song as a service. All he really has to do is be able to, he could copy that code, put it onto a website, and that right there, if he, let's say he adds a couple different types of tools onto there or whatnot, he could consider that as a website as a service. And so SaaS is software as a service. WAS is website as a service. That's just my little tidbit.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So things that are like website as a service would be like a directory, so
Yeah.
stuff like that, something that people would pay for a little blue check mark or something cool, But I definitely think that in the direction of websites, like I feel like the advanced stuff is where you're coding up software. The basic stuff is just coding up websites in MyAiTeam, right? Where you just code it up and you just make it where you can copy and paste that information over. You're building forms, you're building things like that. And so I think I could show people the basics of that in those like 5 days. And then maybe there's one day that's dedicated to coding, but here's what you could do with coding. And these are like the 3 things, websites, software, and this, so yeah.
Maybe I was just thinking, because hackathon is so common, and I think of hack, and I think it's kind of general. Maybe you call it something more like a SaaSathon or a WASathon or something. Give it a slightly different name, because a hackathon is less. It's very unspecific, and
call it a codathon.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Have fun with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or AI-a-thon.
All right, so let's do a test internal one. So here's the little like competition. Is everyone here is like, if you guys want to participate in the little like internal hackathon, we could all code up a music tool for next Thursday and just show what we coded, and we'll all just show the software that you made on Thursday, so but what I think I'm gonna do is in this time I'm gonna start putting together this little training. And maybe we do something where it's like a 4-day live, and it's like there'll be replays and everything, but I'll have it where it could be fully like on replay, so we could use it where we could send people to it. But it'll be like how to use MyAiTeam, a 4-day class with a 5th day as maybe like the hackathon, And so
what you could do too is you could set that up to be evergreen and make it to where people. That's something that you could literally, if you ran ads to it today, tomorrow, 6 months down the line, you could still get customers with it.
like, what do you guys think about how to build websites with AI? Like, do you think that's a training or how to code software with AI? Like maybe I should ask that as a poll and like see which one we get better results and which one.
Well, to me, it depends on basically what high ticket or low ticket, so to speak, that you're looking for. I think if you're talking about coding, I think you're going to be able to get more, maybe more seasoned people that are willing to pay more for websites with AI. I think it's a more simple introductory appeal.
Yeah.
So I think it helps get people that are like, oh, I need a website, but I'm interested in AI. So I just think it's to put it simple, I think it's more of like a low ticket versus high ticket offer. Who are you going for based on, and then you would choose accordingly.
So you're saying,
I think the software is where it's at, specifically because of the websites. It's like most people like me, like I've dabbled in websites since HTML. So like, so I think that most people know they can, if they have an idea about websites, they can go do it myself website builder. And most of those are starting to integrate with AI. And most people, I feel like the website one, I feel like the coding software is more niche. You're going to probably get people that can have more money and, that can afford to spend more money on something like, high ticket software.
Okay. I love that. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well. And that would be, I mean, you have 3 different levels of MyAiTeam, right? So pay more, to get people in the door, and then I agree.
Okay. All right. So how to code with software is a better class. Okay.
Better,
All right,
well,
so
a better class for who? Who are you going for? That's why I was saying.
Yeah.
If you're trying to draw in people, I'm guessing you're trying to get people into my AI team, and you want people that will pay more or pay less. I think that's how I'd pick it.
Yeah, I definitely think maybe like if we're talking to people how to code with software, they probably already know how to do websites. You know what I mean? So maybe we're already talking to somebody that's not basic. So therefore, just saying that, you're getting more advanced people. You know what I mean? So because it's like if I'm learning software, I already know websites. Like that was yesterday. You know what I mean? Like teach me something new. You know?
Yeah, it almost has like Troy was saying, like there's different types of what you could do is have like different types of tiers. One, you could resell what you already have, that course, or what you could do is create a whole new course using my AI team to build websites, and then on top of that have a separate course for how to use my AI team to build software.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I think they're both great, but you can get a more basic beginner or mid level, somebody who just understands that websites and that is interested in your software to pay for a basic version and go in and play around, and then you could graduate them to the next level, which is through the software. But you could also pull the people in for the software at a higher level, but they're not. You might not get as many. Like I said, it's high ticket versus low ticket, but they're both great. And it's I guess maybe why I'm thinking one of the or the other is depending on who your list is. Let's say you have a list. Is it more beginners or advanced, or what are you willing to pay for ads to pull people in for affiliates? If I was going to do it, so those are all the factors that would come into play. But they're both great, so you can't go wrong with any. So if you want to do the software as a service, I think it's great. I dig them both.
It kind of boils down to, then again, who are your current users? And going back, I think last week or the week before, we were talking about the onboarding process. We were talking about who are your current users? What are your current users doing? And are they here for building out software? Are they here to just simply generate images? Like what are they here for? Or are they here for music? So I guess you kind of have to go through and be I don't know if it's like as simple as like an email, or what you could do is for your people that are using my AI team, I don't know if this is even possible, you could make it to where a simple pop-up shows and be like, okay, you're using my AI team, who what are you using it for?
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I thought about, it's just I was able to process just now, is I think the website's more like you'd be able to automate that a bit more, like a do it yourself or done for you, whereas the software would be maybe more done with you or a coaching play, because it's more variable and more advanced and might require a little bit more, and it would be more enjoyable to be kind of hands-on coaching and exploring those levels rather than a more basic, simplistic, website platform level. So those are two ways I see the difference in those as well.
I see a lot of value in the fact that you share your code with people in my AI team so they can sell the stuff the same as you can. So I feel like if people get that, they need to see that, or they need to really see that, you know, like I'm really implementing, you're implementing software in there that you guys can resell. And like, this is a community of people that are doing that, and everyone that wants to can resell each other's stuff. And so it's like, you have access to all these items you can go sell, you know? So it's like, I'm giving you all these different items that you can go out and sell, you know? So it's like, I'm not going to sell them for you, but I'm making these items you can go sell.
I'm glad you see that. Juliet, I also turned all those CSV ones public so you could just duplicate those too. Guys, Juliet started a website.
What? Share the link.
I haven't had a lot of time to work on it because I've been busy, but yeah, I kind of made it after our last call real quick, but I need to, I just have it pointing to like that one right now, but
Is it your DJ website?
no.
OnlyFans? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, yeah, no, I started making like those Excel tools last time, so that's why I was like, hello, we can make these, but I just haven't had a chance to work on it since then, so I've been busy trying to do a million other things. I did DJ for like 4 hours the other night. So
Wiki.
I was waiting on it.
What?
I was waiting on Troy's wiki.
Jeff started it. Come on now.
It's okay. I knew it was coming.
I like it.
You too.
So yeah, it's easyexceltools.com, and I just literally put one of the tools on there right now. So let me post the link here in the chat. Where's the chat at? Chat. Yeah, so I started making in the website in Jeff's snippets, and I just put like ads on the side that I'm gonna put in and add a banner ad like Google Ads, and I'm just gonna have it like a free tool site and just like have ads and see if we can make some money on ads.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And then
that is so.
Where's the one I sent you, Jeff? I was this
Jeff,
is what I made
I have
in
something
Jeff's.
I wanna send to you. Just because.
Oh, I didn't turn it public. I'll turn it public. So if you want to use
This
those,
is what I made. I just had it code me a website like real quick. I haven't done anything with it yet, but it's kind of like the template it created real quick for the website.
yeah.
It says like the folders for the banner ads on the side.
Awesome.
The Google ads and all that.
Yeah. You can even make it.
One thing I will say,
it puts
just be careful. Excel is very picky. Microsoft is very picky. I'm just warning because I had a buddy build a no-code tool, and Excel came and gave him a cease and desist.
Oh, nice.
So
maybe I should change the name out of Excel to spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Just be careful.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Very cool. But it's cool that you took action and you started building something. Here's what's cool is those little free tools. A lot of people are looking for free tools and then you monetize it with banner ads. I think that's fantastic. Like there's a lot of free tools that you can create with this and it brings traffic.
I'm thinking I probably have to put some like text on the page to make it more like keyword and SEO and all that, but I'll get there.
Yeah, you're in the right direction. I definitely like it. So heck yeah. Well
done. Yeah, Austin, I know how that is with
quick question.
It's like that.
So I'm thinking for like a heating and air business. So there's got to be some kind, like, I guess it's just a conversation with that company, and it's like, what would that be like? What kind of task could you do during your day that you could, like you do multiple times, that you could, that's something that you could increase your productivity in your business by, if you could eliminate something, this extra, I don't know what that is, but I know that all these service-based businesses, I wonder what's like a big bucket of tools that you could use that all these service-based businesses could take advantage of. I don't know what those tools are yet. I think I know a guy in Texas I'm going to be talking to. I made some songs for him, and I think that he's an innovator type of guy, and I think he would be up to try and like want to teach his staff how to use this so they could try and create stuff for their business to increase productivity in their business. So it's like that's kind of another whole market, is like it's for not just for the individual, it's for the business. It's for the business, and it's like it's not an individual tool necessarily. It is for us, but we all have businesses.
Do I hear a white label?
I mean,
What?
You could white label it to businesses that are in need of these specific tools.
well, I guess I just need to come up with a list of things that I think would be beneficial to them, and if I can show them that there's enough value in it that somebody with not much experience in their industry was able to come up with. I don't know, but I just want to help you sell it, whatever that means.
Yeah. I definitely see that, just showing people that, basically, like, just showing people how it works, even if they have a business, they usually could see like, oh dang, like I could code up something instantly. What I've realized out of anything so far is the coding area. Like, I probably have like almost daily, like, people messaging me saying like, holy cow, this freaking tool is amazing. Like just what they're like talking about, and what they're building, and so like, it's really crazy, right? So literally, like right here, right? It says, let's see if I can get it. It says, every software I have ever had an idea for, I can now make and at least have a MVP working prototype, like legit. I have roughly 40 software ideas and I can build them. So sweet. Like, this is just like doctor that recently tried my software, and now he's like coding with it, and like, and he's like creating all this software. He's not even a coder. He's just like a doctor that now can use it. You know what I mean? And I just showed him. He was one of the clients, and now he uses it. He bought my scraping software, like my little scraping code. So here's what's really cool is you guys could sell these codes. Like, I've no joke, easy sheet tool, easy shit. Easy shit tools. Easy sheet tools. Yeah. So like, easy AI tools, that's nice. There you go. CSV tools might be a cool one. CSV is kind of the same, or yeah, spreadsheets. Yeah, I definitely like those names. Yeah. And so you could sell these codes. And that's kind of what I've been doing, is people want to buy the codes after I create them, but you just send in, send once.
Oops.
So
easy spreadsheet tools. I mean, it's longer, but it's more.
Oh, there you go.
It's more generic and not using Excel.
That's actually exactly what someone will type into into Google. So that is exact word. So that's perfect.
Yeah. So maybe I'll convert it to that.
Nice.
So Jeff, when you're selling these, when you're selling your code snippets, are they buying them off of MyAiTeam, like inside of MyAiTeam, or are you like sending it to them directly?
Yeah, I'm sending it to them directly. I have a payment link that I set up, and then I usually just send them a zip file.
Okay.
Like, and then I guide them through how to purchase a domain and how to purchase a server, right? Because you need a server to host it, right?
Yep.
Well, if you guys didn't know, Namecheap, right, which is where I buy my domains, they have an affiliate program. Okay, so these are little tools. It's crazy that it sounds. When somebody buys a domain and you told them, hey, go buy a domain because you need a domain, you should be getting commission for that because you're referring people to it, right? Like Namecheap has an affiliate program, and it's called shareasell.com, right? So that's where you go to get signed up for the affiliate program, right? And it's like those little affiliate programs as you go. Well, that's like, imagine if you had 10 people that bought a domain through you, right? Well, that's like every year that they pay their website domain, you get paid on that. It adds up over time. That creates reoccurring revenue that in your business, right? So like start to find little ways to add these as you're already showing people these things, right? Like, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up, or I'm going to set up probably something that we can all like sign up and promote, and essentially like a 4-day learn how to make AI, like learn how to code with AI. And we have a little class, and then it's like a 4-day event, but it will be all where it's replays and everyone could like use it, watch it. Maybe there will be some live aspect to it. And then at the end, it's like, hey, like, here's the offer. If you want to get it, like the bundle, right? There'll be like some 5-day, at the end of the 5 days, there'll be some offer of a bundle of like MyAiTeam for a year, Aspire Builder for a year, a website that's already coded up for you. Like, you know, like, all this, at least like a whole little bundle for everybody at the end of the training, you know? So
I was going to say, I was in this event similar to that about a week ago or so, and they did a $47 upsell that you could buy anytime during the event, which puts you in the VIP that gave you access to all the downloads, the nighttime session with Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, like the nighttime private VIP session to work on, you know, like the private Q&As with Jeff, the special information sheets that you need to help you, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like it's a $47, and a bunch of the people freaking did it. And like you could stay on the Zoom for the Q&A after the set time of blah, blah, blah. And so you'll definitely need one of those.
You could also do is I don't know if you can do it inside of Google Meet, but I know you can inside of Zoom. What you could do is have host every month or whatever you want. You could like you were saying, could do hackathons. Do it to where every month you're allowed to join a hackathon, let's say for $47. And you're able to get one-on-one time with you and have breakout rooms. That way people can also talk to other people building software, and they can get help with you throughout in a breakout room if they needed help.
Okay. That's a really good idea. So maybe we have like that night breakout session or breakout room for those VIP. I think that's cool. I think that's a really cool idea.
Have that as like an upsell.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we actually have a live event where like, hey, it's live, and maybe we, you know, we're just going to do the first one. I'm not going to commit to like monthly or anything like that for right now.
No, I was
like,
just
ideas.
ideas.
A lot, but I'm going to make where at least I'll commit to the first one where I teach everyone how to do it for 4 days. And we have some type of VIP for the live experience. And then maybe there'll be a VIP replay afterwards, you know, so you get the VIP replays, whatever. I don't know. So I think that's a great idea. I'm going to work on that so we have it by this Thursday to promote. And then we promote it for 1 week, right? So we'll have it this Thursday. And then as of Monday, we'll promote it. And then on next, like, I'm like the type of person that I want to do stuff fast. So I want to almost like promote it. I want to start it like Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like next Tuesday, day 1 type thing. So this week we'll have it I'll build it. And then this week we'll have it to promote. And then Tuesday we'll actually launch it and do the event is my thought. So
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, cool. All right. I love you guys. So jumping off. Hope to see you guys later. Troy, heck yeah. Enjoy your whale burger.
Whale burger. What?
Norway to get a whale burger, man. That's cool. That's what's up.
Well, yeah, even like Wendy O does those live crypto streams, and people that like donate money will like get to be able to ask their question to her, type of thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So there's ideas for future stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have like a free one and then a 4-day, maybe like a VIP option that we could all hang out extra, So.
Hey,
Cool.
Jeff, to keep people active like me and my AI team, give me some kind of make some kind of a post saying I'm challenging everybody to create some kind of tool about something. Like the hackathon thing, like maybe even us 3 or us 4. Like what's something we can do, and like let's like Thursday we can all look at what all three of us came up with. That was, and like how different it was, and maybe you could even tell me like how I made how you made yours better than mine. You know what I mean? Like, and you're up in my game, my skills at the same time. So, okay. What's an idea, Juliet? You're full of good ideas. So, what's something what's a tool? What's a problem or something?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I'm down for it.
Okay, well, I guess when we think of one, we'll share it with each other.
Yeah, we could do a music one, because I think that would be cool. We could do a music one if you guys are down, or would you have another idea?
Well, I've already got some really good music ones. Yeah. So I don't want to beat you guys really easy.
You're
I don't
cheating.
know. I had a pretty cool game. A game idea that I wanted to put in there. So I wasn't going to build a software. I was going to build a game.
I know. I still want to see did you finish the spelling game yet?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
You got to
But I might now.
Oh, that would be a good one. Like for promoting to schools, you could show them your game to help kids learn how to spell.
For sure, man, because I'm going to be going to school start this fall, and I've got to find a way to implement this MyAiTeam to the counselors and stuff I talk to. We've got to have something ready that I can hand her a brochure and be like, this is how your school can use this software, or this is how your students can use it. Something I need to be able to.
So I was looking into this franchise, and I was like, I used MyAiTeam to tell me act as like a serial entrepreneur and franchise investor, and give me all of the questions that are pertinent to ask the franchise owner to see if it's a viable or profitable business model. It gave me this whole guide. I have no idea anything about buying franchises, and I'm gonna act like I'm super smart.
That's great.
Wow, this girl really knows her questions.
Right. Right.
It's so stupid. The stuff we can do now. We're just experts in everything.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, anything like that, just anything really. We just come up.
So just create something educational. Let's just create some kind of a tool that's educational.
Okay. Educational tool battle between us.
Educational tool for our children.
Educational tool for our children. All right. That's the topic. And this Thursday, let's just a little internal battle between each other, okay? Tool for our children.
Yep.
All right. And all right, cool. That's the little prompt for us. And let's just have a little internal tool battle between each other and present, right? Here's our tool. Let's see what you guys think, right? All right, cool. All right, I will see you guys next Thursday or this Thursday. Love you guys.
Peace.
Bye.